Just waiting for it to go live.
It's live.
There it goes. Mute. All right. Let me bring up my tab. There we go. All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. I found out long ago I'm fifth billing on the Jay and Jack show on the Ramblecast, on the Ramblecast. Jack be nimble and Jack be quick, cause Matt's on producer's kick, on the Ramblecast, on the Ramblecast.
I gotta say, that's your best one ever.
Yeah,
That's your best one yet.
That was good.
yeah. You had to hear me hit a C.
Every time I hear that song, I think of the "What's Up With That" from Saturday Night Live, where it's Lindsey Buckingham sings that, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I always, do you ever guys see "What's Up With That" on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
When he had Lindsey Buckingham, and he never got to Lindsey Buckingham.
Oh, yeah. That was an ongoing joke, too. Didn't they? They
Yeah.
had him on like a couple times.
I think so.
Yeah.
But they never had him on there, and I still like the one where Samuel L. Jackson swears, and he goes, you can't talk like that, Samuel," without messing a beat. It was funny. But anyway, good job, Nick, as always.
Thank you.
Very impressed.
Last minute.
And kind of puts me in the mood for vacation and a la Christmas Vacation, because we're coming up on those holiday movies.
That's true.
Holiday Road. We're headed into the holidays, right? Is that
was a versus at one time, wasn't it? Best holiday movies.
Well, it was in the best car, and I chose the.
Oh yeah, you did.
Well, I guess you've been dethroned, Chris, as the worst pick of all time.
Have I now?
Well, because one guy only got. Last time I looked, only one person voted for Matt's pick.
It's really sad. Yeah,
That's worse than E.T.
It is worse than E.T. We now know that Burning Love is officially worse than E.T. Thank you.
I thought Burning Love would get a few votes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good song.
I knew that Chris and Nick's song would battle back and forth. I should have went with the more ballad.
Oh, once Chris picked what was the song that you picked?
Can't Help Falling in Love.
Yeah, I Can't Help Falling in Love. Sorry, I can't help but forget that.
That was just a matter of who went first or second. Got the.
I went second, so I had.
Oh my God! Really?
I went second, and
okay,
totally...
it was one of those things where I went fourth, so I went with the best option I could think of that would be different from the other songs. Yeah, I didn't realize you went second.
No, I shit the bed. Yeah, completely.
Wow! Wow!
Well, I mean, I think Chris went first with E.T.
True.
I think he did.
And I don't take it back.
Yeah, you both suck, so that's all right.
Well, for that one faithful vote, if you want a drawing, I will. I'm going to start working on this Elvis on Fire drawing. So,
what shocked me is there were some people don't like Elvis. Who doesn't like Elvis? There's no Elvis song you don't like?
Did someone say that they didn't like Elvis?
Yeah, there's a few people.
Well, I think they said I'm not an Elvis fan, or I'm not an Elvis person.
Well, you don't have to be an Elvis fan. I mean, but there's people I'm not a fan of. Like, oh, that song is good. I mean,
Sure.
the dude had thousands. I don't know how many songs he had, but he had a lot.
Did a lot.
In a lot of movies, and there's not one song you like, not one. He had ballads, he had rock and roll type things going on.
It's true.
So anyway, I'm not criticizing people that don't like Elvis, but I had more votes than Matt. So
that's two.
They got that going for you.
Yeah. So thanks a lot for that. Thanks for reminding me too. I was trying to forget about it. So, and I wanted to go into another musician, but we have another verses lined up. I guess we'll get to that later in the show. We usually do that towards the end, right?
Yes. You're the producer. If you want to do it now.
No, if we do it now, then I know who's going to be campaigning for their pick all episode long. That's that guy right down.
Chris. What campaign did I campaign the last? I didn't even put up Jailhouse Rock. I didn't.
You're already fucking campaigning for the London Chargers.
Fuck the Chargers. I've been on Twitter all day arguing with people. I don't know why I get into it. I don't know why. It's a waste of time because you have the people that just, you lay out facts to them and they come out with some bullshit stat out of their ass. The Chargers, the San Diego Charger fans never supported the Chargers. I don't know. They averaged 67,000 fans for like 10-year stretch there. Well, that's like the bottom half of the league. I said, well, what about your stadium holding 27,000? You have empty seats. Well, the prices are expensive.
Oh, shut it.
I go, still, it's an NFL team. It's 27,000 seats. There should be not one empty seat. Not one. But I don't know why. I tell people not to get into it with these people, but I get into. I just was like going. This is one of those moods today where I just felt like arguing with people. And
you were late to this show just to post something about your crappy Chargers.
Well, I was late to the show, and I apologize for being late. It was my fault. My computer froze up on me. And I'm like going, come on. What? No, I got to get going. So it was one of the things I think I was panicking. I Spanosed it.
Well, and once your computer starts panicking, then it's just like, oh man, it never does this on me. Come on. And it's really hard to get a rise out of your computer once it starts doing that, right?
Yeah, it's true.
You know what made me happy, speaking of football? There was a team that played on Sunday that lost. And they lost, and there was a fan. And I always thought they were macho fans. He was crying in the stands.
Oh, yeah, I saw that guy.
I saw that. That was
what a dick.
That was piss poor. Poor show.
Look, I will admit, and I've said it at the beginning of the season, we should have cut Vinatieri. So, oh wait, you're not talking about my team. That's
I'm not.
No, I saw that video, and I'm like going, dude, come on.
He was emotional. I mean, I guess he was getting a little into it, but yes, the undefeated Patriots are no more. They've been dethroned.
I mean, Raven fans are pretty cool. I've been to 2 games there, and my Ravens are having a pretty good year. They knocked off the undefeated Patriots this week, but I get being upset your team lost, but it's not like, again, Patriots fans are just so fucking spoiled. I mean, and I'm not saying anything to you, Chris. I mean, you were a fan before they started the streak, but they've been good for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been good for what other franchise can say that in the last 20 or 30 years? What franchise can say, okay, we've been good, competitive? I mean, sure, you have a shitty division, but nobody good competitive. I mean, to be crying over, you're still going to win the division. You're still going to have home field advantage. What the fuck are you crying over?
Well, let's just say that. Oh, hold on, I'm reading the chat. I was like, what? Matt is definitely muted. And he's talking to us. But let's just say that one individual who got caught on camera crying does not represent.
That's the guy that got caught.
Does not represent Patriots Nation whatsoever.
But the show producer, though, hats off to them, though, because that guy was just like, cue to the guy crying in the audience.
Cue to the guy who's bawling his eyes out right now.
Well, usually they find like that kid that was crying when I think Duke lost I forget the team, and he's just bawling, and the poor kid's like 10 years old, and he's bawling,
I get that. 10 years old. It's a little
and it became a meme. It's anytime you see a crying meme, it's this kid going.
No, I think you're mixing that up with a Michael Jordan crying.
It could be Michael Jordan. But I can see a kid, and like I said, when the Chargers lost to the Patriots in the game, and I don't want to go into it, where the Colts finally won Super Bowl, or it should have been the Chargers. I literally was on the brink of I just collapse. I mean, I was like, nobody talked to me for a week. I mean, I was so frustrated, so pissed off, and just so angry. I don't think I cried, but I was emotional. I was literally screaming. I mean, I'm like a foot away from the TV, screaming at the TV. Why? When he fumbled the ball, when it was like the 15th mistake they made in the game, the Chargers were clearly the better team, but yet they still found a way to Charger it. And I'm like, it's like, oh my, everyone's trying to make me calm down. I go, get the fuck away from me! You know, I'm just like, leave me alone. And I'm just like, and I went in my room and pouted for like.
So yesterday, I was at work and a member of the Patriots came in to my workplace.
Josh Gordon?
And no, it wasn't Josh. It was Chase Winovich, who's a rookie linebacker.
Oh, he's the guy with the long hair?
Yeah. So he comes in, and I got to hang out with him for like an hour, and it was very cool because we were definitely just like shooting the shit and talking about all things football and talking about his first year in the NFL or the Patriots, etc. First of all, he is exactly who you think he is. When you see him on TV, you see him in person.
Kind of wild.
He's just a 24-year-old dude, bro. but I was talking with him, and I was like, "Oh man, how are you guys doing today?"
When's he coming on the Ramblecast?
I don't know. I was like, "How are you feeling today?" He's like, "Oh man, I'm hurt, man. It always hurts more after a loss." And I look at him, I go, "I don't know what that feels like yet this year, bud." He just starts laughing. You're going back and forth, and what was great is hearing him actually talk about a loss in the sense of, you know what, it's okay. He's like, we needed that. He's like, we needed to have a little bit of reality in there too, because we played really well, but he goes, we'd love to win them all, but when you have a loss like that, it's good. It's going to set us back and really start thinking about the rest of the game and the rest of the season. They've got a long 2 weeks right now, I'll tell you, because they have a bye week this week, and damn well they're getting worked to the bone.
To be fair, don't they usually have a bye week every week?
Yeah.
Anytime they're playing the Jets,
the Giants.
But it was really interesting to have that conversation with somebody. We're typically, they're folks like in their stature are very, closed and don't really, talk too much about that stuff.
Sometimes you're saying, but sometimes losing is good.
Yeah,
I know it as coaching youth hockey, and I'd be coaching travel hockey, and the kids would be they get a 5 or 6 game winning streak. They start out really hot, and I would turn to my assistant coach sometimes. I go, God, I hope we lose this game because they're driving me crazy because they eventually you're going to play a team that's capable of beating you because you start off playing we would start off playing the lower teams sometimes, and then you knew there was those 2 or 3 teams that you were going to have to play a perfect game, and they'd be getting their asses kicked. I'd be going, great. Yeah. And my assistant coach would be going, I don't understand why you want to. I go, sometimes it's good to lose. Sometimes it's good to lose because you have to know how to lose in order to win. Be honest with you.
Exactly. Well, he said, the team's got a lot more in the tank, way more than you think. He's like, we have a lot of people coming off of injured reserve and haven't been playing a couple of weeks. He's like,
Gronk coming back after he gets his marijuana out of his system.
Or at least takes at least 2 cycles of steroids. He's half the man he used to be from a size perspective.
But I think he could play as like a slot receiver.
He won't come back unless he's a big advocate now. Like he's got his own side business there with that CBD company.
I heard it's like 20% he's going to come back. I think he comes back, makes a run at it, wins that last title. Because the worst rumor I heard before this week, before the Chargers going to London, was that Tom Brady was going to opt out of, not sign with the Patriots next year and sign with the Los Angeles Chargers. I go, why the fuck would Tom Brady sign with that shit show in Los Angeles?
It makes no sense.
There's no fucking. You have Phillip. You can't win consistently with Phillip Rivers. No. I'm sorry, Tom Brady's not going to go there and push you over the top with that offensive line and that coaching staff. No fucking way.
It'd just be one of those weird things, like when Montana went to the Chiefs. It's like no one remembers him for that, but.
Well, he was competitive. At least they were competitive.
True.
But why? Because I think what's going on with Belichick and Brady is they're trying to last each other out. Because if Brady retires and Belichick keeps winning, they'll say, okay, it was Belichick the whole time. But Brady goes be like 90 and still playing, going, ah! and Belichick will be 110. I really think that's what's going on, is because it's their legacy they're both fighting for.
So what happens if like Belichick somehow just collapses on the field and then Brady decides to coach.
Goddamn mouth.
I'm just saying, and then Brady though decides to coach for that game.
Nothing. Knock on wood, you bastard.
Hey, it's not my superstition. That'd be
I'm hurt.
Brady's like, I got it, coach. I got it. And then we coach the game.
We're moving on to Cincinnati.
I'm
on. Call 911.
No, I'm on the operating table.
It's like
I'm on to a stent, and then physical therapy.
Which one was it? Major League 1 or 2, where he's in the hospital and he's got listening to it on the game. I think it's number 2, maybe.
It's got to be 2.
Yeah,
I don't remember that. I don't think I've ever seen 2.
2 has its moments that are good, but yeah, it's mostly forgettable.
Major League 1 is one of the most perfect baseball games ever filmed.
Yeah.
It is really good.
Perfect baseball film.
Major League 1, yes.
I mean, what are the best baseball film? Bull Durham,
Pride of the Yankees. I know it's hard for you to say that as the natural, obviously. Yeah,
do you consider Field of Dreams to be a baseball movie, even though it's not really about baseball?
It is
absolutely a baseball movie.
It's totally, because I'll be honest with you, I'm like that Pats fan at the end. I'm crying.
Dude,
I've seen it.
How about a catch, bro?
I think I like
1,000 times.
Hey, League of Their Own.
League of Their Own's great.
League of Their Own.
I think there's not really a bad baseball movie.
Amazing casting.
I even like Rookie of the Year and
Angels in the outfield.
Angels in the outfield.
I'll give you a couple bad. Sandlot's excellent. I'll give you a couple bad baseball. For the Kevin Costner and Kelly Preston, For the Love of the Game.
I like For the Love of the Game.
That is a terrible movie.
It's drawn out and long as shit.
It is terrible. I mean, you have Kevin Costner and Kelly Preston, who I'm a big fan of Kelly Preston. Just saying.
And JP mentions Bad News Bears.
Bad News Bears. Well, the original is
Little Big League.
There's some Babe Ruth movies that are terrible. They've never made a good Babe Ruth movie.
What's that movie about?
Did you see the one with the pig though? Babe?
8 Men Out.
That was a really good one.
8 Men Out is excellent. Saw that in the theater.
8 Men Out. Mm-hmm.
But no, like
61. 61 is phenomenal.
I like 61. That's an HBO film.
61. The guy that played Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
I forget his name. He had never thrown a baseball before, and it shows. Anyway,
Barry Pepper.
He played Maris. That's an excellent. Also, A Fear Strikes Out with Anthony Perkins.
That's true. I mean, JP's right. He said Major League 3 back to the minors. Yeah, that's a bad one.
And I won't say what Jimmy Pearsall said about Anthony Perkins on this show. Check the Letterman clip. It's not pretty. But anyway,
even though
this would make a great versus.
It would, but even Jack and I have talked about how I like Mr. Baseball.
Mr. Baseball, Tom Selleck, excellent
I like
movie.
It.
I like
great
it.
movie.
Baseball, like I said, I've seen Pride of the Yankees probably 100 times.
I don't think I've seen Pride of the Yankees.
The guy that plays Babe Ruth, I swear to God, he could have been his twin.
It's from 1942.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what do you think? Like overall, though, there's a lot more quality baseball movies than football movies.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there are some good football movies. Don't get me wrong.
The Longest Yard, the original one, not the remake.
Sure. I apparently
the Replacements.
I was in The Replacements.
Yeah.
You were. Oh, it's true. You were. Yeah, you're the kicker.
Fucking were.
you lanky bastard.
So if anybody missed it, I had posted a picture. This relates to last week's anniversary topic, but I had posted a picture of when we were first married, and Chris pointed out that I look like.
And before I go on,
Rizzy fans or if
people listening at home, actually, the guy that played Babe Ruth in the movie Pride of the Yankees was Babe Ruth. That's why I said it.
That's funny.
Nobody, everyone's like, okay, he looked like Babe Ruth. Okay. It was actually Babe Ruth, and fantastic. Who, I guess him and Gehrig didn't always get along because Gehrig was very straight and narrow, and of course, Babe Ruth was Babe Ruth.
Somebody's sharing.
Are you trying to share, Chris? Is that what's happening here? Do you want me to?
He's learning how to do it.
It didn't let me do it last time. Just for
he's wiry.
He's wiry. Now, Matt, if you could pull up that picture of you
Of me. Oh, this. I think that's what you're trying to do there. Yeah. I don't know if I can make it any bigger. Let's see. Oops. Nope. I can't. That's just me.
It's
Fuck
just
that.
you, yeah. Colonel Tom.
I don't know how to make that bigger. Oh,
That's what she
there we
said.
go.
Oh, there we go.
So, that is the replacements kicker for those that are playing along at home.
Just a dozen little images.
Yeah, just a bunch.
Another tidbit in the
And then I'm going to go ahead back and reference. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on.
Yeah. I'll wait. I'll wait to pull it up. Yeah. Go ahead.
Another tidbit in Pride of the Yankees was Gary Cooper played Lou Gehrig. He was a right-hander. They had to film everything in reverse to make it look right.
I like how you're going through my feed here.
Looking
at
for
Also, I had a huge crush on Teresa Wright, who played Eleanor Gehrig.
You've really gone back in time for me. It's just my post with my wife and I. So
okay, right. So it's one of the
and it's in the comments section there. Here, I'll go to it. There we go. There's me.
Oh yeah, that yeah.
Yeah, and you can even see right there.
You definitely look like an Englishman there.
I don't know how. I think it's just the lighting.
I didn't see that photo.
There's my lovely wife.
Hey, you want to get married with me? You want to get married?
We were married.
I'm in office.
Tally-ho.
We're the hooligans.
Would you like a spot of tea with your wedding band?
Yes. I'm a Charger fan now. You want to root for the Chargers?
Thanks a lot, guys.
No problem.
So football movies. JT also mentioned Wildcats. Apparently, like Chris pointed out, I was in the. I never knew that I looked like the guy from the
Dude, that movie, I fucking love that movie. That was one of those movies that, like, in college, it was like, DVD players were like new when I was in college. And I remember the first few DVDs I got. My first ever purchase was Spaceballs, the DVD. And I think like very soon thereafter, I think I got the replacements. And then it was that, and what was the 13 days or whatever that
13
Kevin
days
Costner?
he does it all.
Kevin Costner. Those 3 DVDs were like the most played in my apartment. It was
Next to the porn one
100 times.
Mm-hmm.
No, we never had porn DVDs.
Who has porn DVDs? Seriously, though.
Maybe you do have porn DVDs.
I definitely did have 1 or 2. We definitely did, actually, now that I think of it.
Debbie Does London.
In the late 90s, early 2000s, streaming that said content was not nearly as easy as it is today.
Well, I mean, I think I had 1 on VHS. Like right when I first got to college. But yeah, like exactly what Chris was just saying, like, back in the early 2000s, it was, you had 30 seconds of porn for free. That was it. So you had to like just watch a bunch of 30-second little clips. Maybe
Dennis mentioned Brian's song. Yeah, that if you don't cry during Brian's song.
Right, Brian's song.
You have no soul.
Which the Brian song is the inspiration for a painting that I did for.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Who are the two lead actors?
Billy D. Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in The Godfather. Fuck it. James Caan.
So there you go.
Do we consider like things like All the Right Moves and Varsity Blues as football movies, even though there is football?
Okay.
Varsity Blues.
All the Right Moves is a great movie.
I know. I'm just saying, but
my good friend Tom Cruise.
I'm saying there's more to it though than just football.
Well.
Whereas
but there's more to it than baseball with Field of Dreams. I mean, there's a whole section where they go find Darth Vader.
They have a maze. I'm sorry, corn field.
Well, I mean, I guess technically, Varsity Blues is Friday Night Lights.
Yeah,
right.
Oh, talk about great TV show, Friday Night Lights.
Outstanding.
Because there's
it was like 95% outstanding. There's some parts.
No, I'm talking about the TV show.
Yeah, I mean, towards the end, it got a little shitty.
Well, what? Come on.
With the dragons, it was so unbelievable, and like they burned down the entire town.
When she lost it and got crazy,
it was frustrating.
It's funny how baseball movies are better than football movies, but football TV shows are better than.
Okay, we didn't mention Rudy. Come on,
Rudy. Oh, Rudy. Who doesn't cry during Rudy? When his dad gets sees Notre Dame, and he said, "This is the most beautiful sight these eyes have ever seen." His wife is sitting right next to him. I mean, seriously, would you say that with your wife standing right next to you? This guy is the best these eyes have ever seen, and his wife is standing right next to him. It's like I'm standing right here.
Oh, he's dead now.
Well, I mean that's a different generation.
I mean,
I don't know.
No, that's
Black Sunday. Dennis mentioned that's the is that the one? No, I'm thinking Any Given Sunday.
Black Sunday's the one.
I did not like that one. Any given
Black
Sunday.
Sunday's the one with
either.
the blimp.
With what?
It has a blimp.
There
Black
was a,
Sunday.
but I always remember this one interview with Jamie Foxx before he was famous because he's in Any Given Sunday, and he's talking about LL Cool J in it. And he goes, I'm in the huddle all the time. We're making this film. He goes, and if anyone knows LL Cool J, he licks his lips all the time. He's just like. He goes, and so I'm sitting there like trying to act, going like, okay, 28 down on 3, and he's over here like licking his lips at me, and I'm like, motherfucker, who you looking at?
Well, he was just learning how to act then, right?
Yeah, I mean, this was 97, something like that.
He didn't get on that CSI in Los Angeles.
That was
right?
not great of a movie.
No, it was not a good movie. No,
that was with it had.
We forgot freaking Rudy. We forgot Rudy.
I mentioned Rudy.
Oh, did you?
Rudy.
You blacked out.
Oh, I must have. Yeah, sorry. I was.
My eyes have not. Oh, Jesus Christ, man!
That's why we started clapping.
Rudy, and then the whole crowd.
Nick's all like,
Rudy.
Sorry, I was distracted. I was reading the chat over here.
The announcer's like going, I don't know what's going on. Wait, the student section is yelling. I can't remember who it is. It's in the script, dumbass.
All right, JP mentions 1st and 10 with Tony Longo. That's and then also the Blimp, Robert Shaw. So
that was Any Given Sunday, I thought.
Oh, the Little Giants.
What's with Little Giants? And then what's the one with Dennis Quaid? Like the 80s?
Everyone's All American.
Everyone's All American. Yeah,
I love that. I mean, it's probably a movie that it's one of my guilty pleasures.
Oh, and then the one with
Jessica Lange.
Yeah, Jessica Lange, and the one with Kurt Russell and Robin Williams. When he wears the white cleats.
Forget that one. North Dallas 40 with Nick Nolte and Mac Davis.
Yeah, I mean there is some good ones. You're forgetting about them, but yeah.
I mean they don't say it's the Cowboys, but the head coach looks just like Tom Landry. And so
that's the Times.
That's the Times. That's right. That's the one with Robin Williams and.
That's a good one.
Why are people listening to this podcast? They should be watching sports movies,
right?
Well, I mean, we've listed off some really great baseball and football movies. It's really hard. It's like, but I don't know. I think there's better.
The one with what's his name from Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. What's the actor who was really popular in the 90s?
Shit.
School Ties.
School Ties. That's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's an excellent movie, excellent football movie.
There's so many famous actors in that movie that you don't think about because they're kids. They're all kids at that point, but almost every single actor's in that movie like made it.
It's almost like watching the Dead Poets Society, but a football movie because a lot of the actors are in both.
Same one, yeah. But I mean, like you have, I'm thinking of like this Hoffman. Philip Seymour Hoffman's in one of those movies, and like it's like just tons of just those early '90s actors that made it. Like you sound like Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, like so many just actors. You're like, oh,
now
shit.
Matt Damon had a bigger role in School Ties than Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck,
it's things like you watch Dazed and Confused, and like if you say Ben Affleck's in Dazed and Confused, you're like, no, he wasn't. I was like, yes, he was. He's the asshole in
Banyan.
Yeah, Banyan.
But he wasn't really acting if he was the asshole.
It's true. He does only have two characters.
It was like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It had tons of, they were just starting out. And of course, there was.
Jerry Maguire, football movie, non-football movie.
No.
I'm going to say football movie.
I'm going to say no.
If Die Hard is a holiday movie, then Jerry Maguire has to be a football movie.
That is a terrible argument.
How's it a terrible argument?
It's apples and oranges.
If Cuba Gooding Jr. doesn't have his moment on the field.
Show me the money.
I mean, I don't know.
Show me the money.
Yeah, you have to repeat everything twice in that movie.
I don't think it's a football movie because it's not, you don't actually see a football game. You just see elements of football.
Dude almost died on the field. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, you see like that one play. The rest of it's just highlights of him catching footballs.
You had me at Jerry Maguire. Sorry, it's you had me at hello, I think.
I thought it was, you had me at shut the fuck up.
That sounds about right.
I always use that in different lines with my wife.
I love that.
You had me at shut the fuck up.
I love JP's comment here. Debbie does. Dallas was a football movie.
Yeah,
It sure was.
Sure,
Yeah.
the whole football team. Yeah.
Whole football team. So, anyway,
A tangent. Sorry.
no, hey, it was worth it. I mean, sports movies, they're a thing.
Yeah.
We
What
didn't
about,
even,
what about hockey? What about hockey movies?
There's not that many hockey movies.
You have
Miracle.
Slapshot. Miracles, actually.
You have Miracle, Slapshot, your favorite, Mighty Ducks.
White Axe 1.
I watched one's a fantastic movie.
I watch the Miracle every time I fly to San Diego because it's one I bought.
It's
So I
such a
watch
good
it.
movie.
Who do you play for, Jack?
I play for Michigan. I play for UFU.
You totally be that kid too. It's like I play for San Diego State, and everybody else is going. I play for USA. You're like, no, I play for San Diego State. Like, do another lap.
Well, the best thing about that movie, I think I've talked about before, is the skating. At least they can skate. It's not like it's like on like Mighty Ducks when you have Emilio Estevez skating and he's like 6'9", when he's only like 5'4" in real life, and he's skating. He was a great skater in Pee Wee, so we're gonna make him. He's gonna get an NHL. Come on, that's never gonna happen. Fuck that. I know it's a Disney movie, but you don't. I don't care if you're good in Pee Wees when you're 11. You don't get a contract with the NHL. Sorry, but no. But what's good in Miracle, those guys could skate. They were actually good skaters. I mean, they were. So the hitting was real when they did the Herbies where they're doing the suicide drills. That was real. They weren't acting. They were literally doing those drills. So, and unfortunately, the guy that played who's the guy that played the Boston guy? He hurt his knee, and the actor that played him committed suicide a few years ago.
Oh wow!
Wait, really?
Yeah,
he's probably from Providence.
Yeah, but
Wait,
yeah,
the guy who played Ruzioni?
No, not Ruzioni. The guy that played the other guy. The guy that played he was the guy that had an attitude. What's drawing a blank on his name? Surfer guy, hair. He was the guy that started the fight with the other guy because he cheap shot.
Oh my God! Yeah. Yeah. No. So my friend knows him. Actually, he's from around here.
Yeah,
the actor's name. I didn't realize he committed suicide.
Yeah, a few years back.
I'm looking at it right now.
There's two actors from the show that have died. One
Matt Nudo. Yeah, he's from Holliston. We have some listeners who live in Holliston, actually.
He unfortunately committed. I don't know why.
I didn't know that. Holy shit! I'm reading that right now.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was so bummed. I didn't know him.
And he played Jack O'Callahan.
O'Callahan. I loved his character on the show, and when I heard about it, I was bummed for like hours. I was like, I didn't know this guy, but he did such a great job playing Jack O'Callahan that I was like. But if you haven't seen Miracle, even if you're not a hockey fan, it's a fantastic, and they do a great job.
Wow,
of recapturing that miracle of 1980 Olympics when I actually got to see it. You guys were probably were any of you born?
I was born.
Matt was.
Matt and Chris were.
No, I don't think I was. That happened in that happened in like January of 1980.
January
right?
1980.
You're not yet born.
It was
for that team to win the gold was a miracle, and it's an amazing job by America's top 10 actor Kurt Russell.
Well, since go ahead.
I was going to say I think it deserves to be shared as we're talking about the late Michael Mantenuto. Mantenuto did not actively pursue an acting career, appearing only in 2 other films, including one with Matthew McConaughey called Surfer Dude. He ultimately enlisted in the United States Army and served as a Special Forces Communications Sergeant, Green Beret.
Oh, really?
Mantenuto was part of the HHC, First Special Forces Group. According to his Army Special Operations Command bio in 2016, he was deployed in support of Operation Inherent Resolve. Army Times reported that during his service, he was awarded the Army Commendation Medal, 3 Army Achievement Medals, 3 Good Conduct Medals, and the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, it's just like I said, I don't know why he did it, but maybe it was Army, or maybe it was just posted around it.
So since we've already talked about baseball, hockey, and football, should we go ahead and see great basketball movies too?
The Fish that saved Philadelphia.
We should, Nick. But you know what we should do before that? I think we should have a moment of silence as we take a commercial break.
Okay.
Oh boy, we're back. That's good.
Obviously, Hoosiers.
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers, an excellent movie.
Air Bud.
Okay, Hoosiers,
Mike.
Excellent movie.
Like Mike. Even though it's kind of a weird one, I always like Celtic Pride. I don't know why. I just do.
It's a funny movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on a limb and say best basketball movie out there is Teen Wolf.
No.
Totally. If Die Hard is a Christmas movie, Teen Wolf is a basketball movie.
Gabe Kaplan did a movie that was a basketball movie, Fast Break.
I never saw that one. Okay.
He takes over a college team in, I think, Nevada. And it's this one guy. He's trying to build a basketball program, and he's playing against this one guy. It's supposed to be UNLV, but he gets these guys like criminals and stuff like that. And if he wins, he gets a huge contract. And spoiler, he wins.
The one with Nick Nolte, I like, where he's the head coach. No,
not Hoosiers. Blue Chips.
Blue Chips. Yeah, I like Blue Chips.
Okay, yeah, okay, all right.
Shaq in it.
Yeah. Oh, wait. What's the movie with Shaq where he plays Genie?
You mean Space Jam?
Oh, no. I thought that was Sinbad.
Oh man,
it is not
that. Let's not do that.
Space Jam's a good movie.
Space
He
Jam
Got Game from 1998 was fantastic.
White man can't jump.
Yep.
Oh yeah. But I could.
I mean, at least with He Got Game, you had Ray Allen, former Boston Celtic, played Jason Shuttleworth.
Isn't he a former everybody?
Yeah.
You guys remember when Will Ferrell was just doing sport movies after sport?
Oh,
movies?
that movie,
Semi-Pro.
Semi-Pro. That movie, I almost walked out on it. It was so bad.
So, what do you say? Will Ferrell sports movies: Semi-Pro, Talladega Nights, Blades of Glory.
I think Talladega Nights.
Yeah. Blades of Glory was. I saw that. I saw Blades of Glory in Gettysburg.
Well, there's that whole era right there where they was trying to throw shit on a wall and so it stick, because you have all those, same as dodgeball, like all those same kind of.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dodgeball's excellent.
Dodgeball's excellent, same, but they're all trying to copy that same formula. Same as like when, like you look at Marvel, they had the same kind of formula until Guardians of the Galaxy, which had that comedy as well as music put in there, and then they tried to kind of echo that after that because of the success of that, and that's kind of the same thing there.
JP corrected me. It's a Fish that saved Pittsburgh, not Philadelphia. I was right. Same state, so kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah. Hoop Dreams was a very
that's a good one.
Basketball, and I don't know. Probably I'm biased because of Hoosiers. So, but
yeah, I mean, you can't really.
Hoosiers is going to be
Mike Pence's favorite movie.
Mike Pence is not allowed to watch a movie with another woman in it. So,
Is there a woman in it?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I think Barbara Hershey's the only woman in it, right? Because she's in charge of the Billy, the kid, the ringer who has a set shot, not a jump shot. That was before they did jump shots. They did set shots.
I'm still thinking that there's better baseball movies than basketball and football.
JP says that I saw Semi-Pro on an airplane and I almost walked out.
He would truly have become Air Bud.
Yeah.
So.
All right. That being said, what's your number one sport movie of all time?
Ooh,
that's hard. That's really hard.
That's tough.
I mean, it's got to be basketballs.
Oh, we didn't even bring up basketball. Yeah, wow, yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that in so long. God, that was a classic. Best sports movie of all time. It's got to be Longest Yard or Slapshot.
Yeah, I really like Longest Yard. Yeah.
Or Pride of the Yankees. I love Pride of the Yankees.
You just went on like a 5-minute diatribe about the Miracle.
Miracle, I can pick Miracle too.
And then it's like Matt, like what you said. I really like League of Their Own.
Yeah,
that was on last night or night before last. I mean, just like so many great one-liners in that movie, and just things that are memorable in it. Like
he's crying, sir.
He's great. Yeah, exactly. But I even like he comes out like the very first time you see Tom Hanks walk on the field, and he lifts to his hat. He's like, "You can all kiss my ass." That's right.
Yeah.
You can kiss.
I like when he comes in and pees.
Yeah, of course.
That's a hell of a pee.
Well, and like
I think that's one of Tom Hanks' best roles.
The entire cast is awesome in that.
It is. Yeah.
So through and through, and it gets you with a little bit of that misty, like
because like I know because like at the end when you're never sure if Gina Davis let Kit win or not, even though technically she did win because Kit never touched home plate.
That happened with the Padres in 2007 play-in game with the Rockies. Matt Holliday still hasn't touched home plate. Still hasn't. Yet they gave him the win.
Yeah. But
my dad would end every call with either your time is up or Matt Holliday, he still hasn't touched home plate. He would say that every fucking time.
I'm gonna have to
he
go.
wasn't even a Padre fan.
I think I'm going to have to go with the 1976 film called Rocky.
Oh, we didn't talk about Rocky.
We didn't talk about boxing.
Oh my god!
No, we didn't. But I think when it comes to the best sports movie, I think that Rocky does.
What about Raging Bull?
Well, Raging Bull's up there too, but I liked Rocky better. Like I think that Rocky did a nice job not a nice job. Rocky did a phenomenal job of blending not only the action of the sports that you're watching boxing, but the rise of an up and coming fighter like Rocky Marciano, right?
It's also how Bill Belichick learned to speak.
True. And Sylvester Stallone for that matter.
Rocky is my favorite of any show that that has what am I trying to say here?
Words?
No, not words. Any show that has a movie that has more than one movie is my favorite. Is my favorite series.
Really, over Bond? Over
yeah.
Huh.
I love James Bond, but Rocky. I will if as long as Stallone's making them, I'll keep watching. I've seen them all, and I don't know how many times.
I don't know. I mean, that's
if you're putting Rocky, you got a big mouth.
No, I mean that's what Belichick. You said like you're right. He's over there on the sidelines going, "I didn't hear no bell." Came in.
Dang.
And honestly, I think that there's one other movie I wanted to mention too that's high up on my list that we haven't talked about yet. But it's Moneyball.
Oh yeah, with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, with about Billy Beane from the Oakland Athletics.
That's the next very underrated movie.
Underrated movie, and it really did an excellent job talking about the is kind of like the transition of old school baseball.
How baseball sucks, where the rich get richer and the poor have to kind of scramble for best they can get.
And then the sabermetrics, introduction of sabermetrics into baseball and looking at different types of statistics and so forth.
Like WAR, like the stats.
Yeah. I can see how people will not find that movie interesting if they don't really. If you are not a baseball fan, you are not going to like Moneyball. But if you are a baseball fan and you haven't seen Moneyball yet, it's definitely worth your time.
It's Brad Pitt and what's the guy's name? What's his name? Funny guy.
Jonah Hill.
It's an excellent movie. Who's in it?
Chris Pratt.
Oh, Chris Pratt. I forgot Chris Pratt's in that movie.
Yeah. That was like his before he got big role.
JP.
What?
Sorry.
What'd JP say?
Ladybugs.
Yes.
Soccer movie.
Brandis, pour one out.
If we're going to talk soccer, with the Sylvester Stallone Victory. I was going to say Victory.
I was just thinking about that.
I love Victory. Pele. I go here, I go here, I go here, I go here, I go here. Score. That's my Pele impression. Thank you. I love victory.
You might not call this a sports.
Actually,
sports
Rocky.
movie, but,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Matt, but not really. Victory was Rocky in soccer. So go ahead.
It kind of was, yeah, because he was the goalie.
It was exactly. He was the underdog. He shouldn't have been the goalie, and it's going to be scared to screw up my whole life.
Yeah, but Rocky actually loses.
Well, it's the movie's entitled Victory, and they didn't actually win. Victory, they don't win.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's
Right. All right. Well, okay.
I forget what the French are saying. Chocolat.
That's what's good about Rocky, though, is that, the original ending was he was supposed to win, but they changed it to where it's like all he ever wanted to do is just go the distance with Apollo because no one had ever done it before, and then
never done it before.
So
I don't want a rematch. In Rocky 5, he was supposed to die.
He should have. Oh, Rocky 5. Okay.
No, Rocky 5. He was supposed to.
But a lot of people died after watching Rocky 5.
I love Rocky 5.
We all died a little inside.
Yeah. No one likes Rocky 5, Jack.
I love all the Rockies. Sorry.
It's like liking Star Trek 5. No one likes that one.
No, that's
which one is that?
It's the one where they find God on a planet who's not God.
No. Well, because Star Trek was every other movie was good.
Well, yeah, it's true, but I think Shatner's ego got in the way because, Leonard Nimoy directed number 4, and 4, even though it's about the whales and it's a bit corny, I like number 4 a lot.
Oh, 4's so good.
That's right, because the kid was holding his hand up and the whale jumped over him, right?
You're not right. Yeah,
and Michael Jackson was singing. Dun, 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 dun. I say that because my youngest daughter used to watch that. My two older kids used to hide the VHS tape so she couldn't watch it.
But there's so much good humor in Star Trek 4. I say it to my sister all the time.
They had ice cream in that movie.
It's just my sister could be impatient with something else. Like, 1 damn minute, Admiral. Because that's what Spock says. And it's just really random humor that's in it. Same as I never got it till I got older when they're looking. When they're all in San Francisco in 1986 or whatever it was, and you have Chekhov looking at that cop going, "Hello, can you help me? I'm looking for nuclear vessels." And I'm like, and I never got it why the cop was being a dick to Chekhov. I'm like, why are you not helping Chekhov? I'm like, oh, he's a Russian. But I didn't know that as a kid. I'm like, I don't get it.
Of course, so in Wrath of Khan, what's the biggest mistake in Wrath of Khan? I've said this 1,000 times. What's the biggest mistake? I've said it 1,000 times. Love Wrath of Khan, but what's the biggest mistake in Wrath of Khan? People in the audience?
Are you talking about the fact that I'm trying to remember which detail you're going to pull out, and the fact that Khan never actually met Chekhov in the original?
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
And who's the first person to see Chekhov? Khan.
Yeah, it's Chekhov. Yeah.
He's not.
They clearly met in the bathroom. They bumped, and they were like, "Oh, well."
I'm telling you right now, he wasn't in the movie. Fine Corinthian leather. He was not in.
They were in the bathroom together. Chekhov looked down, and he was like, "God,
holy Khan!" We don't have them that big in Russia.
Yeah,
with love.
I know this. Guys might not consider this a sports movie. But JP sparked my memory with Ladybugs, but
that's a soccer movie, right?
Yeah, that's a soccer movie, but another great sports movie with Rodney Dangerfield, kind of on a technicality.
Caddyshack.
No, not Caddyshack. The diving movie.
Yeah, Back to School.
Back to School.
You just called it the diving movie?
The diving movie.
I couldn't remember the Triple Lindy.
Yeah. But
it brought diving movie.
I was drawing a blank on the name of the movie, but I can remember the Triple Lindy.
If we're going,
Back to School did more for diving than Rocky did for.
So you're saying he did more for diving than Greg Louganis?
If we're going down the weird rabbit hole, we might as well say Ski School. Or
I loved Ski School. Dude, I loved Ski
Patrick
School.
Patrick was in that movie, right?
He was, yeah.
Ski Patrol,
Ski Patrol was one of those movies that I probably watched 1,000 times at my friend Bill's house when we were growing up because he had HBO. And
hey, did we all have a friend named Bill?
Yeah, I don't know.
I did
back in the day.
William, Billy Garish, if you're out there listening, but he had HBO in his house, and they found a way to record HBO without having distortion. I mean, there's like whatever
the lines. And
so he recorded that, and we watched that movie 1,000 times. I could recite every line of that movie if I put it on right now.
That's like me with Mannequin.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Kim Cattrall and Andrew McCarthy.
I still have something for Kim.
Whatever
Cattrall.
happened to Andrew? Whatever happened to Andrew
back to
McCarthy?
Mannequin.
Yeah, he just kind of dropped off the planet, you know.
I remember Kim Cattrall from Porky's.
Yeah,
I know you can't watch Porky's anymore, but back in the day it was okay.
You would never be able to make that movie today.
another one.
No, there is no way you could make that movie. I mean,
No.
you
It's
can't
like
even-
Blazing Saddles. It's like
Blazing Saddles. I think you could make it. You just have to drop some lines.
Yeah.
you'd have to drop some lines.
The
Tom Brady
lines,
could
the
say
lines
those
are what
lines.
makes Blazing Saddles. Oh
Tom Brady could say those lines. So.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, Tom Brady could. Yeah,
because he can do anything.
yeah.
Well, you guys saw that, right? You guys.
No, I didn't.
Oh, he bumped into a friend of his and someone was recording him as this happened, and he called him.
It was on NBC. He said, you know,
Oh, really?
Yeah, he says, I can't remember who he ran into.
Remember, we're live.
No, I know I'm not gonna say it, but he says like, so and so, you're my you're my kryptonite, or they know you're my kryptonite. What is it like? What's up, my?
With Al Reed? Was it Al
Yeah,
Reed?
maybe it was.
It
Maybe
wasn't
it was Reed.
Al Reed, yeah.
But yeah, he
I heard the
definitely.
kryptonite bit. I didn't hear the
Yeah,
end
go
of
back
that.
to the tape. You know,
The N word, yeah.
it's there.
Was this just released?
It's not a hard R, but you know, there's no R at the end.
Not Al, Ed Reed.
Yeah.
Ed Reed, yeah, the player
Yes.
for the my Ravens.
Yep. Mhm.
Safety.
Anyway, so that's why I was mentioning about Tom Brady.
Is that just recently?
Yeah, like
it was
yesterday.
Sunday Night Football.
Well, I've been too busy with.
I know, with the kids
Chargers.
and watching Watchmen. So
Oh yes, well, whatever, Watchmen. The London Chargers. That's what I've been confused with.
It's
yeah,
great. This entire podcast has been about sports.
I know. I don't
Really
even
has,
know
yeah.
how we can even segue this into our verses. I feel like we've already
Have
created.
we been recording for almost an hour?
Yeah, 52 minutes, nothing but about sports movies.
Man, it flows.
That's all I have for my notes are a Patriot fan cries and
Derails us.
yeah, and then
Is that what started the whole thing? Patriots fan cry.
Patriot fans cry. That's all I have. And then great football, baseball, basketball, hockey movies. That's all I have.
Well, we had soccer on there too. What other sports are there? There's
What other sports are there?
Cricket.
Nothing.
cricket,
Yeah, cricket, yeah. Water polo.
water polo.
We already mentioned
I hate water polo when my horse dies.
surfing. There's some good
Oh,
surfing.
any given Sunday.
Any given wave.
Where he talks about that. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I think
Um,
any given Sunday was it a surfer movie or a motocross?
I mean,
Talladega Nights.
we can talk about Point Break. It's a combination of surfing and skydiving.
There you go. Mhm.
Well, you got We talked about Point Break, and we talked about
Days of Thunder.
the replacements where
Days of
Keanu,
Thunder, yeah.
where Keanu Reeves played for Ohio State in both movies.
I knew you were going to bring up that
Yeah.
eventually.
Because I think I'm the only one in the history that brought that up, and it just like right away when he said the second. When I first saw which movie came first, Point Break, right?
Oh yeah.
When the replacements came out, I go, "What's the deal with Ohio State?"
Yeah.
And people looked at me like, "What?" I go, "He's played for Ohio State twice."
It just makes him Midwestern and folksy.
Jack, it's the Ohio State. Get it right.
Oh, I do love it when they say it, the Ohio State University.
But isn't that starting off with the University of Miami? Didn't they start the
I think there's only like 2 or 3 universities.
It's-
Actually,
it's the U.
official. It's the official
Right, the
title.
U.
Is
The U.
the-
The prison. I think didn't Miami you start that the prison? Didn't they have a lot of convicts from Miami?
probably?
Sure. I was
mean,
reading
it is Florida.
in the private chat. Chris, you posted 3 times now.
Yeah, only once. I'm having some weird internet
What do
connection.
you have? What do you have? A date?
Yeah, with
No.
a baby.
No. Well, yeah. I mean that is inevitable.
I mean, we do have a versus planned for this show, and apparently someone wants to get to the versus.
Well, I did have one. Bay City Blues was a TV show. It was a spinoff of Hill Street Blues. Bay City Blues was a baseball show. Also, Ball 4 was a baseball TV show. Anyway,
JP is the only one chatting up in the chat. So,
is there anybody else in the chat other than us?
No,
I think Rose in there.
I don't think so.
She was there.
She was
I think the sports guy.
Dennis is there.
I see two people.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't see who's in there, but
it could be past Dennis's bedtime.
Well, you click the ... and click on participants. It only shows 2.
So it's JP and who?
I see.
JP
and JP.
Ramblecast.
He actually has a different. I'm not in there. I don't even have it pulled up. Anyway, no, I mean before we move into verses, does anybody have anything else that they want to?
See, Matt Trice, he's there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. How come it's not showing up?
So the whole point of having another verses is so that the live listeners could participate.
Yes.
And
I like
going
the
to
dead
debate.
listeners more.
That's true, and technically, I feel like we almost could have had another versus completely on sports movies, and who would have thought that we would have even jumped into that conversation? Usually, we have a lot of personal stories or other things.
I have nothing exciting that happened this week. Nothing.
I saw the new Terminator. That's pretty much it.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Okay. I rank it as a distant third of all of the movies.
How many are there? 4 or 5?
There's 6 now.
6.
Yeah, there's
No.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, T1, T2, T3, Genesis, Salvation, and now this one. So it's 7.
Genesis.
Wow.
Genesis came out in 2015.
I like the music.
It's with Khaleesi. Just skip it.
Huh. Okay. A distant third. You're like not even close to 2.
No.
Just a distant.
So
third.
after all this time, you have.
I think it would have benefited if no movie had been made after T2.
Oh.
And because like this one is good because it actually takes it back to Linda Hamilton or Sarah Connor. Because to me, she is the main character of the Terminator series. And so this one is about her, but other characters. But the thing is that it borrows a lot from the other sequels, as in like the technology and things that have been done. So you're kind of like, I've seen this. And the most controversial thing in it is it has a cold open. And it's a hard cold open. As in like, I hope this is a dream. And then you realize it's not a dream. And you're like, oh, shit. And then, so I liked it. But it's still like, it's hard to beat T2. And,
yeah, sure.
And there's, I definitely.
Will it be back? Will it be back for another one?
No, because I think
I'll
because
be back.
it technically bombed at the office. I mean,
Really?
at the box office. Yeah, because like it
I thought it was the number one movie. I thought it was the number one movie this week.
It was, but the thing is, it made $74 million globally. It made $29 million in the U.S., and so they're already calling it a bomb. I was like, how do you make $100 million and call it a bomb on 3 days?
Well, how much did it cost? How much did it cost to make?
And that's what I mean. Yeah, but I mean, I liked it. It wasn't. It definitely got some spots where I'd have been like, I would have done the story a little bit different in places, but it's good.
Where would you categorize it as a sports movie?
As a sports movie, yeah,
Wrestling.
Well, I mean, what sport? I mean, is it soccer?
It's soccer.
Is it football?
Yeah.
Soccer. Okay.
Yeah, maybe figure skating.
Okay. Fair enough.
I want to go see Harriet. Might go see Harriet this week.
Yeah, I got Jojo Rabbit this weekend. And,
Jojo Rabbit. What's that? Who's that?
Oh, we've talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it. It's the
Really?
Nazi propaganda movie.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I wanted to see
The
that
kid.
too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good little humor.
Okay.
The guy
My wife is going to want to see that, so I'll go see Harriet.
the
Do
guy
you
who
like white supremacy? Sure.
it's not about that at all.
I just go with the flow.
The guy who wrote Thor Ragnarok did it, and so it's got a lot of humor in it.
Oh, well then, yeah, it's going to be lighthearted with Nazis.
Yeah, exactly. With kid Nazis.
Nazis.
They're
now
kids.
It's like Muppet babies. It's like Nazi babies. So.
Yeah. And then the next weekend I've got.
I can't.
And the next weekend I've got Ford. Was it It's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah, that's it. Ford versus Ferrari. Yeah,
That looks awesome.
yeah. So
That looks like a
Ford,
sports movie.
there's no way a Ford could beat a Ferrari, is there?
well, yeah, it happened.
Yeah, that's what the movie's about.
Really? Okay. Well, who is driving?
It's
Matt
like
Damon. No, he's the
Just
designer.
Daisy.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Morgan Freeman.
Well, I love Ferraris, but I would take the classic Mustang over Ferrari.
That's about the origins of the Ford Shelby. Is that correct?
No, it is about the Formula One.
Oh.
Carroll Shelby did. You are correct. Design the Shelby, which is it was built by a British automobile company, but the engine is provided by Ford. And then Carroll Shelby then was commissioned to build the F1 for Ford, which is their racing.
Which is who's played by Matt Damon.
Yes.
I'm Matt Damon.
He did, though, you are correct, though. He did later build the Shelby Mustangs, starting with the rental cars for Hertz in 1965.
Oh, with O.J. Simpson.
Okay.
He did the commercials for Hertz rental car.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He used to fly through airports in a white Bronco.
Yeah.
With a naked gun.
I had a cousin who won a Shelby Mustang at a casino.
A newer one or an older one?
A brand new one. Back in, he sold it though right away. I'd be like going, I would have put it in storage, bought a storage container, put it in the storage container, and not touched it for like 25 years, and then sold it.
Well, what's crazy about because I used to own two Shelby Mustangs, and and then the late 90s you could buy them pretty cheap. And then, Gone 60 Seconds, when that movie came out, I mean, they just shot through the freaking roof.
Also a sports movie.
Yeah.
Boosting.
So you still have those? You still have those cars, or you sold them?
I have one. I have a 68 Shelby Mustang GT500 KR.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just got to ask you, what's it worth?
I wouldn't part. You'd have to offer me at least 160, 170 for me to sell it.
God damn.
All right, slight spoilers for.
Am I in your will in case something happens to you? Could I have it?
No.
Just no.
Nick, for the record, I have not cut you off in many an episode, so just keep that in mind.
We should have a versus. Who gets his Shelby Mustang, if something were to happen to Nick?
Ha!
Who out there do you want to have the Shelby Mustang?
That's probably the car that's worth the most of the ones I've got.
Because I know you have quite a collection.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
For everyone out there, I've been collecting cars since I was a mid-teenager. So just one of those things I like. This is how me and my dad bonded. So
And how you also bonded with Jay Leno.
And with Jay Leno, yes.
Yeah.
His are worth a little bit more than mine. But yeah.
I had to do a podcast with my son, but it wasn't worth anything. So yeah.
Jeez. What do you mean? You got that podcasting award.
Well, I got the award.
Yeah, you got the award. Yeah.
What's that? It's not worth what a Shelby Mustang is
you
worth.
guys got divorced, and now you can't even YouTube on the same channel anymore. I mean, what happened there?
I offered. He said no.
I actually have to podcast with both of them, and it's just like, why is mommy and daddy fighting? Like it's like so frustrating.
What do you mean, mommy and daddy? I don't say anything other than I've been sitting here for 25 minutes waiting for you.
Oh God, why do we have to do Skype again? Jesus, kill me.
Skype sucks.
Why are you Batman?
I didn't realize that my Batman voice.
Yeah, you did.
Jackson's frustrated.
Fear me.
Skype sucks. That's all I'm going to say. Skype sucks.
This is clearly the worst VoIP service ever.
I know it's free, but it fucking sucks. I'm just saying.
All right.
I'd rather talk to Dean Spanos than talk to Skype.
As well as your son.
Oh yeah, that goes without saying.
Damn.
Oh, I'm kidding.
Sure. No, I mean, I look forward to my Sunday nights, not because I get to watch Watchmen, but I'm like, I get to hang out with Jay and Jack for a little bit. Just die a little bit inside. Anyway.
Well, if it's that much pain for you, Jay can drop.
I was going to say something earlier, but then I got interrupted or sidetracked. But
was it Chris? Did Chris interrupt you? He does.
No, it was Jack. But slight.
What the fuck? You're the producer. I don't interrupt the producer.
I finally got around to watching Bumblebee because
I haven't seen that either.
I'm just that late to the party. I know Chris saw it and had rave reviews about it. I got to watch it. Really enjoyed it. A lot of fun. A lot of good music in that. A lot of cool 80s songs. But there's a really funny, and it's not a major spoiler. So even though you haven't seen it, I'm not spoiling anything. But there's a really funny moment at the end though, where Bumblebee turns into a Mustang, and she's like, "What do you mean you could have been a Mustang?" Like, she's so pissed, like, that he's just been this bug the whole time.
Spoiler.
It's not a big spoiler. Come on.
I'm sorry, you're wrong.
It's not like finding out that Locke was in a casket or anything like that.
Well, it's close.
That is fun. It is funny about the Transform movies. Not this one, not Bumblebee, but you can tell who was a sponsor when all of them are freaking GM vehicles, you know. And it's the same as like with all the Marvel. Like, you can tell that Audi is definitely a sponsor, especially in Age of Ultron, where everyone else is like just going around everywhere, and all of a sudden Hawkeye and Black Widow just happen to jump into an Audi.
Every time you say Hawkeye,
can casually just drive to wherever they're going. I'm like,
there's like 5 long seconds of them actually getting into the car, and it just pauses for a moment.
Right, so just on the Audi commercial.
Yeah.
It's like,
I did finish. I forgot. I did finish season 2 of Jack Ryan.
Oh, I hadn't even started season 1 yet.
It's pretty good, except you find out that Pam's a terrorist.
Oh, shit.
I knew it all along.
I like that this is setting up for a sequel to Office, though.
Yeah. So. No, it's good. I mean, it's not Shakespeare. I mean, it is what it is. It's a popcorn TV show. It's sometimes hard to see him as any other character than Jim, because sometimes Jim, you can see Jim in him. But I liked it. It's enjoyable. I enjoy. Yeah, exactly. I enjoyed it. It's fun. I think my wife and I watched it in 2 days. So. And I'm sorry, Pam is not a terrorist, so I apologize at the time.
Is Pam in it?
No.
He's just joking.
I just was curious, though. You know,
Michael Scott is a terrorist, but he doesn't know it.
I'm looking at a car.
He's a paper terrorist.
Oh, I actually had to copy the link. I couldn't just click on it.
Well, let me see. How come I can't click on it?
Here, I'll just.
Really? I'm surprised you like that one, of all things, Chris. I mean, not that it's a bad car. If you like that, you should look at. Chris. Because Chris, everyone out there, Chris wants Chris wants a 1965 Mercury Coronet.
Comet.
Okay, it looks like it says Coronet. Okay. Sorry, Comet. If you like that car, you should go ahead and upgrade to the car from Tommy Boy, which is a 1967 GTX, Plymouth GTX.
It got ruined from the Buck. The Buck.
It did, but that's called the Gentleman's Muscle Car, the 1967 GTX, Plymouth GTX, and it's just a badass little car.
I'll tell you.
Give me a 65 Mustang convertible.
The reason I fell in love with this car, and you'll make fun of me for it, but this is the car that was in One Tree Hill.
Oh, okay.
It was the Comet that Peyton Sawyer drove from One Tree Hill, and I just loved that car.
Mm-hmm.
That hers had red leather though, but I think
is Peyton James Vanderbeek?
No, Peyton's a female.
Oh God, I don't know. I've never watched it.
And James Vanderbeek is not in One Tree Hill.
He was in Dawson's Creek.
Yeah. You're confusing.
Isn't that the same show?
Kind of.
I didn't watch either one of them, so I apologize.
Yeah.
But he is in Varsity Blues and Dancing.
Correct.
I was thinking of Varsity Blues. I couldn't think of that movie.
We mentioned it.
We talked about it earlier.
We talked about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Way to be on the ball, producer.
No, I feel like the part that I dropped the ball is we should have just segued into a versus about sports movies, but we have a different versus though. We should get to.
Not time you got to. I've been sitting there waiting.
Yeah, I know.
You've been waiting. Chris has been patiently waiting, hoping that his son doesn't wake up.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's hoping his son doesn't have a poop explosion.
Code Brown.
All right. So the name of the game is Jacks Are Wild.
One-eyed Jacks.
One-eyed Jacks are wild, and we only
Jacks are wild. Jacks are better.
Yeah,
that's the phrase. Not Jacks are wild.
Oh, okay.
Favorite gambling movie?
Favorite gambling movie?
Maverick.
Really?
What are the
Rounders?
Gambling movies?
Rounders.
Oh,
Rounders is a good one. Yeah,
that is a good movie.
Yeah, I've watched that so many times, and it took me forever to realize just how much of a piece of shit Edward Norton is. Because like you keep rooting for him to be a good guy, and then finally you're like, man, Edward Norton's just a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, because he's in Fight Club, and you're not supposed to talk about it. What about Casino?
Oh yeah, the coolers. The coolers are really.
Oh, the coolers are a good movie too. Well, you're saying Casino's not a gambling movie?
Yeah. What's that?
You're saying Casino's not a gambling movie, Nick? Literally has gambling in the name.
I know it does, but like I always just consider that to me like a Sharon Stone train wreck movie of like cautionary tale not to get married.
What, to Sharon Stone?
Yeah, basically never marry Sharon Stone. Yeah.
The movie 21. Oh, and The Sting. I kept thinking. I was trying to remember of how.
The Sting.
You think this? Okay, I was thinking that more of a con artist movie.
Well, it's got gambling in it, though.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, just like Ocean's 11. I mean, come on. If you're gonna have, if we're gonna say that Die Hard's a Christmas movie,
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I got
He has a machine gun. Ho ho ho.
Is the Color of Money? Is that a?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to have the hustle.
The Hustler, and
Hustler, yeah, and
Yeah,
that
the
too.
Hustler. Oh, I mean, it's kind of cool, but
There's a sequel.
Why did they make a Sting 2 when we already knew what the plot was?
They did make a Sting 2.
I know, but why did they? I mean, Sting 1,
Yeah.
outstanding, amazing movie with Robert Redford, Paul Newman,
Yeah.
and I think Robert Shaw.
Yeah. Well, even what was the movie that came out too long ago with Amy Adams, and it's basically a modern version of the Sting. Oh shit! What's the name?
Vegas Vacation.
No, I don't know. It's not that good of a film.
I like how you derailed the verses for another 5 minutes.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, we've been trying to get to this verses, which apparently we should have done at the top of the show, but I blame my producing. And I'm not the producer. I just happen to be the guy that hits record.
All right, Colonel Tom Parker.
Okay, so we agreed at the beginning of this that we were going to do a favorite actress versus. There's no easy way to segue into this because we've been talking about sports movies this whole time.
That's me. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I thought my credit card machine was about ready to batch. Anyway, we were going to talk about favorite actresses as our topic for this versus, and many of us have done our homework. Some of us haven't. Some of us are still choosing, like Chris.
Wow, calling out Chris on that. Chris is like, all right, I might be on Google and searching stuff.
No, I'm trying to get the goddamn dice up so we can do this freaking verses before my kid wakes up.
I'll probably
get
at a 21. I'll probably get one again.
All right. So I actually have it as a screen sharing thing right here. So
Random.org. Is that the dice thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Why wouldn't it be called dice.org?
It was taken by the casino people.
Okay.
So, all right. I guess loser goes first. I'll go first on this. So
Rolling 1, 2, 3, boom.
What's this out of?
That's a 7.
Damn. No, that's 8.
That's an 8.
That's an 8.
Yeah.
I'm glad I get to see these numbers because you've been lying to us about your math.
2 is now 7. Okay, got it.
This is just out of 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Just out of 12. So I've got an 8.
Ready? Who's next?
Jack will be next because he's third.
8.
8 again. Whew. All right.
And me?
Chris.
Came in third or second. I mean.
Suckers. I got
What?
a 10.
This shit's
How can
Bullshit.
Man, why don't you give me freaking snake eyes?
It sucks ass. So Nick somehow comes out with a winning hand of 11, being the winner from last week.
We got to roll again for myself and Matt.
Who's
Oh,
third?
Yeah. We got to roll one more time here. So
Matt's first.
I'll go first.
8.
8.
That's
8 again.
bullshit. I got to go last.
No,
Jack?
not yet.
Wait.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
Yes!
Jack's last.
That is
Yes,
bullshit.
you
That is
do.
such bullshit.
All right. This is
Nick,
great.
Chris, Matt, the producer, and Jack.
All right. So, yeah.
So this is favorite actresses, not the greatest actress of all time. favorite actresses in any TV shows.
Oh, I didn't think about TV, but yeah. I was just thinking movies because I always think movies before TV.
My preparation for this show is not for TV. It was definitely for movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mine was for movies.
I'm going with movie actress. So Jack can try to bend the rules for himself and his own benefit last minute per usual.
You don't even know who I'm going to choose.
Yeah. I guess I kind of went with greatest instead of favorite, but
okay.
But it's fine. It's cool.
Favorite/greatest. We'll just say that. Is that
it can be anything you want.
I know, but but the one I have in mind, it's just like she's not what I would consider my favorite. But I think
I'm picking Burning Love in E.T. was my favorite.
Uh-huh. All right. So are we making our case, or are we just naming? Naming
right now. Yes, naming.
Okay. So my choice is going to be a fairly modern actress. Because I've always liked most of her films, and she's my criteria is, do they have a range of acting? They don't just play one role most of their time. And my actress is
Emma Watson.
Yeah, exactly. How'd you know, Jack? It's Kate Winslet.
Okay.
Ooh, good pick. Yeah. Good pick. I will say that my actress, I believe, is going to win. She's a phenomenal actress, and what sold her on me, and this is probably my favorite movie of hers of all time, but it's not her best movie. But she was in a film called Adaptation, which I think is a very underrated movie.
It is.
But her role in this movie was phenomenal, and it kind of sealed the deal for me as far as actresses go, and that is Meryl Streep.
Yeah, definitely.
Hard to argue with Meryl Streep.
Right. And that's a good choice, too, for a movie. I really loved her part. I mean, it really kind of broke her character. But
in Kramer versus Kramer? Outstanding.
So many great actresses to choose from.
I got you. Howard Stern?
Wait, what?
There's a scene from Howard Stern where he does something with. You seen the movie Howard Stern?
I know. I think I've seen it in a while. Yeah.
No? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's probably, so.
Just sit on speaker from time to time. You'll get it.
I only wish that we had more people in the chat to help us out or steer us wrong. This is really hard. I have a huge list here, and it's so hard for me to.
I just read the chat. Nice JPEG. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Matt.
That's the private chat, by the way.
Okay.
So many really good ones to choose from, Ingrid Bergman, Kate Cottrell.
TikTok, Colonel Parker. TikTok. Let's go.
It's Kim Terrell, but that's
well, I was looking at Kate Blanchett here on my list.
Sarah Jessica Parker,
Jane Fonda.
Who doesn't know the last JP?
What's that? I know, right? Fuck. All right, I'm gonna go with
Pitter Patter. Let's get at her. Come on,
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur is also really good. Loved her.
And then there's Mod.
You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm just gonna go with. She's coming out in a movie this December. She's probably not considered one of the greatest actresses of all time.
Billie Lourd.
Does she have a name?
She does, and it's Carrie fucking Fisher. That's who I'm picking. Carrie Fisher.
That's
really?
the J pick.
Yeah, I'm picking Carrie Fisher.
Okay.
I'm not saying she's the greatest actress of all time, but
I'm not asking you to defend it. I'm just confirming that you weren't high when you made your pick.
I may have had a couple beers, okay? I have a lot of actresses on this. I wanted to pick Julie Andrews. I love her. Katharine Hepburn.
All right, Jack.
No, you went with Carrie Fisher over. I'm sorry. I can shit on you later. Sorry.
She has a movie coming out. She has top billing for the first time.
He's going for the recognizable name. He's pulling the J bullshit. I got 4 on the list that you guys didn't even bring up.
Oh, but there's tons.
But there's only room for one. So
I know. This is what I got to choose from: Sally Fields, Glenn Close, Sigourney Weaver, or Kathy Bates. And I thought you guys would pick. I would eliminate. I can't decide who to pick, but I'm going to go with. I got to go with Glenn Close. She just has such a range.
Glenn Close was my second pick.
She was in The Natural. She's in The Shield, TV, Damages,
Mars Attacks.
She's got Jagged Edge, which probably most of you haven't seen. Hook, and of course Fatal Attraction.
Yeah. That's why I'm not a fan. I'm actually not a fan of her for two reasons. Because she stands up in The Natural and blocks people's view of the game, and you shouldn't do that.
Are we here shitting on our picks yet?
Oh, I'm sorry.
you missed my favorite movie of hers, and that's The Big Chill.
The Big Chill, Big Chill. I forgot about Big Chill.
Soundtrack ever.
All right. I think we should get to the point where we get to talk about the picks. Right,
Chris, do you like any song that's not depressing?
Yeah, I sure do. But that album's got way more than depressing music.
I'm kidding. Like that's actually a line from.
Oh, from the movie. Yes. Sorry. I missed it.
He's that Patriots fan that's crying.
Yeah.
If you're a true fan, you'd know every Glenn Close quote.
That was one of the first movies I saw as a kid where they smoked weed.
Yeah. It's Kevin Costner's best role.
You sick fuck.
Kevin Costner's best role. You know what's funny?
I forgot he's in it.
Yeah. Well, so did he.
Come on, we're bashing on Kevin Costner.
Wait,
he was dancing with wolves.
Huh? Was he? He was never actually revealed in the movie.
No, he's not. No, he was in the early part of the film, and they edited him out. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. He's only thing you see him is the body. He's the dead guy. That's it.
Right. There he is. All right, cool. So let's go through. Nick, you are up to bat right now. Let's hear your criticism.
So
are we doing criticisms? Okay, sure.
No, we're doing criticism. I thought we were doing we're making our case first. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll defend
first. Okay. So I picked Kate Winslet, even though there's lots of actors, like Matt said, that I really, really like. But I was trying to look at body of work, and every time I know Kate Winslet is in a film, majority of the time I'm going to like it because she always brings her A game. And starting with like Heavenly Creatures, which really was her first big role. She's just phenomenal. Titanic, which is her iconic role. Then you have, one of my favorite.
Killed Jack.
What? She did. I mean, she was a cruel woman that let Jack die. But Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is one of my favorite movies, is just unbelievable acting by her of just playing a range of emotions in that film. You have Finding Neverland, which is one of the only films I will cry every time I watch that movie. But you saw me like she's played everything. She's played the love interest. She's played the damsel in distress. She's played like in The Reader, which is she's an ex-Nazi. She's plays mean, stern woman. She played Revolutionary Road with another film with why am I forgetting his name?
Yeah.
Where she's playing this 1950s desperate housewife who, it's just like she's got an unbelievable range of what she can do. And I'm always continually impressed with what Kate Winslet brings to the screen. And I just can't find fault in her, really. I mean, she's basically taken a decade off. I mean, she still works from time to time, but she is, for a while now, kind of just stepped away from the spotlight on purpose. But I've liked Kate Winslet.
Nice. So Meryl Streep is probably, I mean, she's considered to be one of the most versatile actresses of our generation. I mean, one of the cool things about her is that she plays a lot of actual real life characters, right? So she does a lot of, biopics where she plays the roles of historical figures. But not only does she do that well, is that she is unbelievable when it comes to like mastering the accents of the people the roles that she's playing. She's known as being, as probably one of the best actors of our generation. And if you look at her filmography or all the movies she's been in some of the best movies that have ever been. Right. Again, I highlighted in my introduction, one of my favorite movies that I honestly think it's one of the most underrated movies of our time with Nicolas Cage What's his name? Who's the guy that she plays opposite in adaptation? I can't think of his name.
You even know adaptation?
Yeah. What's his name?
Nick Cage.
No, not Nick Cage. The other guy.
That guy, the skinny guy.
Yeah, exactly.
The other guy who's not Nick Cage.
Christopher what?
Watkins.
No,
Is it Cooper?
Maybe, but anyways, so her
too.
Yeah, so her in that role was just such a very cool it took her out of her. What is it? Chris Cooper, yeah. It really took her out of her element. I think it kind of showed again her versatility as an actor. But Meryl Streep's amazing, and I love seeing her because people have such respect for her, especially in the Academy. She's won like 20-something awards. But and I've got 2 minutes.
I didn't know we were timed.
I'm timed. But when she speaks, people listen. Unlike Matt.
I was just playing the music to get you to finish up there.
I got what you're doing, but he just kept talking.
Oh, I love that Matt Tree's also in the chat. He's still listening to us. Thanks for being there. Also put Chris Cooper.
Oh, there. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that.
I also said it, but what the fuck?
But when Matt Treest speaks, people listen. Unlike
he's the better Matt, right?
Yep.
Fuck you guys, I'm done with this show. All right.
Keep talking. My computer's dying.
Oh, okay. I will go ahead and start. And clearly, we're not going to have Jack. So, Carrie Fisher, maybe not, like on the level of where you're like seeing her in all of, like these great movies, but a versatile actress who has written also and redone a lot of very famous movies. She has written, like gone in the script. Doctor,
we're talking about actors.
Sure, but you know what? It takes. Fuck you. This is my time, okay? And you know what? We wouldn't have Princess fucking Leia. She's iconic, okay? But what did she do? She didn't just like, oh, I'm just going to try to stay coked out and do all these. No, it's my turn. I'm silencing you, LA Charger person. So. You might have seen her in the Blues Brothers, and you're like, oh, what? And you might have seen her well, actually, she wrote Postcards from the Edge, a Meryl Streep movie. If it wasn't for her, Meryl Streep wouldn't have a fucking job. She would just be out on the street in some blue town. Anyway, Carrie Fisher, really great actress and funny, really fucking funny. If you've seen her stand-up stuff, like just spot on, okay? Like through and through. She's a versatile, rounded, and a legend that comes from like Hollywood legacy. We're talking like, on the level of the Barrymores, but even better, fuck Drew Barrymore. She's like 10 times.
What's the timer at now? Anybody?
Yeah.
42.
Oh, okay.
2 minutes. So I'm going the full fucking thing. And she's not done. She's got top billing on a movie that's coming out this December. And she's dead. And it's really sad.
She's dead.
All right. I'm just going to save my last 2 seconds there, and I'm done. So there you have it.
All right. Let's rip into
Jack,
it.
you are muted.
No. Jack's ready to go.
Oh, Jack still has to go. Right. Sorry. I forgot. He rolled so poorly. He's so far down the list.
Now he's muted here. I'll stop it.
Let's face it. Glenn Close, when she's on the screen, she commands the screen. I mean, I don't even have to build her up like Chris had to do with Meryl Streep. All you had to just say Meryl Streep. That should have been enough, right?
This is the time for you to talk positively about your pick.
I'm talking positive about my pick. It's Glenn Close.
Negatively against others.
It's just amazing. I mean, she's just an amazing actress from top to bottom. She does The Natural, where she plays the girl next door, and then she also plays not Damages. Fatal Attraction. Come on. Fatal Attractions. Who wasn't afraid of Glenn Close in Fatal Attractions? Who didn't start thinking, I mean, she's just a fantastic actress.
Attraction.
She killed the bunny, Jack.
Well, sometimes a rabbit needs to die. That's just the way it is. But and if you see Damage as a TV show, when she's on the screen, you're listening to word.
That's my line. That's my line.
every word she's saying. I mean, I had written down. It's not like some of the other actresses on this thing where you kind of go, okay, she's all right, but no, Glenn Close, she's on The Shield, and she goes toe to toe with any actor or actress you put her up with. She's the best, the greatest actress of all time. Glenn Close.
Can you bullshit for 45 more seconds, Jack, or no?
Do I have to go 2 minutes? I think I think 1,000 points of light. No,
all right.
If you haven't seen The Jagged Edge, it's an amazing movie. It's a thriller.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and vote and make the motion to Jack actually gets disqualified from his this next round for the shots that he fired at the rest of us.
That's bullshit. I didn't fire any shots at anybody.
All right. You got 30 seconds.
Go.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure that I got there we go. I got it set. On the speeder bike sound, your time is up. You got 30 seconds. Chris, you can shit on anybody that you want, right?
Is it Nick first or me?
I'm sorry. Nick. Sorry.
Just 30 seconds. Oh, okay.
Just 30 seconds. We had 2 minutes to brag about our own people, so.
Okay, fine.
You want more?
Am I starting?
Yeah, do you want more time than 30 seconds?
That's
You already
fine.
lost
30's
five.
fine.
Yeah.
I can probably
say it.
I can say it. Just 10 seconds for each one. Okay, so Meryl Streep. I respect Meryl Streep, but I think her 80s period was pretty low. Like, she did good Kramer vs. Kramer, but like, can you think of any film in the 80s? No. Her first probably comeback was Death Becomes Her, which is pretty good, but then had another lull. You have a few good films here and there, but I don't think of her as memorable. Carrie Fisher, good joke. I loved her in The Burbs. Glenn Close, like I said, I mean,
sorry.
It's not long enough time. It's not long enough time.
You want another 30 seconds?
All right. No,
It's supposed to be a minute.
Reset the clock for me. 30 seconds. I'm going to go. I've got nothing against who'd you have?
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet. Whatever. Kate Winslet sucks. So Matt, you mentioned that if it weren't for Carrie Fisher, Glenn Close wouldn't have a job. If Carrie Fisher were alive, she would slap the shit out of you for saying that. And then for Glenn Close, I actually do love Glenn Close. I think she's a fantastic actor. So Jack, firm handshakes for you for your pick. Everybody else, go fuck yourself.
All right. On that note, I will
That was
start
30 seconds on the nose, by the way.
Sorry, Chris, I can't.
Okay, so all y'all can just fucking shut up, okay, and suck a dick because
Wow.
Whoa!
Wow.
You threw an S.A.D in there?
Yeah, you threw an S.A.D in there.
This
And
is-
I'm
You
This
just
is getting
S.A.D.
ugly.
No, your time's going. Sorry, man.
I'm
You don't get 15 seconds.
You just threw an S.A.D in there.
All right. Kate Winslet, the only movie that she ever does that anybody ever knows is Titanic. So there's that, and it sunk. I mean, yeah, nobody ever went to see that movie. Meryl Streep, she's okay, right? But she's not iconic. So, and Glenn Close, she came close, but not close enough. Suck a D.
My clock starting.
Oh yeah, sure. I guess so. Go for it.
All right, I'll be honest.
tickled. Look at it.
It's hard to knock any of these actresses. I don't think Carrie Fisher is as good as she is. She doesn't belong in this class. Maybe Kate Winslet. She's up there with. So you got Meryl Streep and Glenn Close are the two ones that are fighting it out. It's hard to bash Meryl Streep, who's probably up there with Glenn. I mean, they're both great actors, but I'll say this: that Meryl Streep stood up and gave a standing ovation to Roman Polanski when he won the Academy Award. That's a notch down for her. Sorry.
Yeah, what a pedophile. Anyway, Roman Polanski, that is. So
Roman Polanski.
yeah. Okay.
I saw the clock. I was rushing, so yeah.
I know it's hard. 30 seconds is not a lot of time, and yet somehow we've already talked for an hour.
A lot of time to suck a dick in 30 seconds. Sorry.
Okay. All
Dude,
right.
You're the producer, man.
I'm not the
This one's
producer.
all
I just
on
have-
your shoulders.
It's really gone to his head, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, a
I
little
think
bit.
so, yeah.
He's on a power trip. Fuck, man.
I think that's the rudest thing I've ever said to the three of you at the
Ever.
same
I
at the
was
same time.
make Jay look like a saint.
Except for when we're off the air. Anyway, I was just going to say that there are a lot of women that we could have picked that we didn't. Here is a list of some of the ones that were left off. Scarlett Johansson, Lauren Bacall, Viola Davis, Judy Garland.
I love Lauren Bacall.
Sigourney Weaver, Jodie Foster, Maggie Smith, Judi Dench, Vivian Leigh, Diane Keaton, Jennifer Aniston, Julia Roberts, Jennifer Lopez, Salma Hayek.
Jennifer Aniston?
Wait, Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah.
Look, this is my fucking
These
list.
are your list. Yeah.
I can
Definitely your picks. Yeah.
But Jennifer Lopez, go suck a dick.
Yeah, for real.
You're going to besmirch Jennifer Lopez.
Yes.
She did
Other than The Cell, that's her only good film.
No, she did. What was it?
She did. Yeah, Selena.
Selena. She was excellent, Selena, but she hasn't done anything since.
All right, look, I'm going to say this.
What about Kate Hudson? You're not going to say Kate Hudson? What about Goldie?
What was Jennifer Aniston in other than the Leprechaun? Everything else sucked.
Bad idea.
She was in Friends.
Office Space.
I had no
yes.
You never know who else those people were. So.
Oh, but I got Jennifer Lopez on my list.
No, I just was saying that there are a lot of women that we could have put on the list, and I was just reading.
Yeah, and you chose Carrie Fisher.
That was on me, and I love Carrie Fisher.
I'm going to go on a limb and say that the Carrie Fisher pick is also, like last week's pick, worse than E.T.
Not worse than E.T. I will get.
Yes.
I mean, think about it.
Yes.
Think about it. She has her one iconic role, and that's it. That's it.
He'll get votes from the Star Wars pick, though. He'll get the Star Wars geeks. Because what you should have said, Carrie Fisher in the, as Carrie Fisher. What's the
in a different fucking dimension because she hasn't been in anything.
All right.
It was in a galaxy far, far away.
This was my pick. We said favorite actress, right?
Oh,
favorite actress. We didn't say greatest actress. We didn't say drop your dick on the podium,
Get with the dick. What the hell?
Leave
man?
it to the sexist producer to choose the woman in the bikini. I'm just saying.
I think so.
Okay, there were a lot of other women that we left off. I was just trying to list off.
But you chose the one that's most known for wearing a bikini. I'm just saying.
That's
on you.
No underwear on the set of A New Hope. Anyway, that's me. Okay, all right.
She kissed her brother.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
4 times.
Allegedly. Oh, I saw it.
Yeah.
She didn't know.
He fucked an ostrich. Yeah. Allegedly.
All right. So anyway, those are.
Is that the title of the episode? Go suck a dick.
S.A.D. S.A.D.
All right. So those are our picks.
S.A.D.
I feel like at some point,
Dick.
it's done. Movie. Maybe I wouldn't have gotten.
Sad. Yeah.
I don't think I should be working in this environment anymore. It's a hot environment. This podcast.
That was probably the crudest thing I've ever heard you say, Matt.
No, he was defensive.
I'm fan favorite. Go suck a dick.
You guys were just that was my time to talk, and you guys were stepping on my time. So I just was kind of.
When you stepped on your dick.
Look, all right.
Hey, you added another 30 seconds. You know.
I know. I've added a whole nother 5 minutes of depressing talk from me. So,
but to be fair, I have been quoting Letterkenny all afternoon, all evening. So I don't know if you guys have been watching it or not, but
no.
We have extended our shit on Matt section for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. I also Elizabeth Moss, Alison Brie,
he's trying to qualify himself.
No, I'm just saying that there are a lot of other. I was just okay. Jack's the one.
There's a lot of other better picks.
I mean, Jack, you could have
picked Katharine Hepburn, and it would have been better. Or
she was actually
any of the Hepburns.
She was actually number 3 on my list here. So I had.
You didn't say
it.
So you picked Carrie Fisher over Katharine Hepburn?
I went for the personal favorite, my personal favorite pick. I didn't pick number 1, she's the greatest of all time. Obviously you didn't. All right.
And we all love Carrie Fisher. Don't get us wrong. But
No,
sure.
clearly you don't, and you're all going to go in hell for it.
Go in hell?
Yeah, in hell.
And we'll be hanging out. You know what? And we'll be hanging out with Carrie Fisher.
Thanks.
Too soon?
I don't think so. No.
Nah.
We're already all in hell, according to the Watchmen.
The comment section would help me out, but I think I've dug my own grave. On that note, if you want to go onto Amazon and buy a male bikini for yourself or your loved ones, you can do so at .com/Amazon. You can also buy other memorabilia and perhaps check out some movies that we've mentioned on this podcast.
Can you purchase Carrie Fisher's leading role movies?
But you can.
They're very rare.
Okay.
You can purchase a list of other actresses that Matt mentioned that were better than Carrie Fisher.
All right. I'll just let you close out the show. Oh, wait, you can't.
Oh, wait, because only the producer can close out the show?
I have the power. I'm like the Transformer.
I'm not the producer, but I have the power.
I have the power.
You had so many chances where you could have been a winner this week.
You know what? I'm still betting that Carrie Fisher is going to get a lot better than Burning Love. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it's not hard to beat one vote.
thank you for that one vote. But
and you know what? The person that voted for Burning Love, I don't even think they're a real person. I think you made up a fake account.
no, I didn't.
Bot. It's a Russian bot.
Must vote me. No, I was trying to close out the show, but these assholes just keep making fun of me. I'm just a sad dad.
Vote for me, Russian bot. You're my only hope.
Nick for the win.
Let you guys finish out the show. You know, Chris was the one that was like, chop, chop, make your pick. 20 minutes later, it was just, this is why I didn't want to do the verses up front. Jack would have died of laughter, and you guys shit on me the rest of the time. Like we would have talked about all these sports movies. Yeah, but Carrie Fisher wasn't in it. Blah, 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 you know.
Dying here. Oh my god.
So on that note, if you want to become a patron and enjoy all of the fun, live or recorded, or any bonus material that might happen, but not this time because I'm done. You can do so by going to jandjack.com.
Aren't you a little short to be a movie critic?
6'4", you know. Anyway, jandjack.com, click on the Patreon link. Maybe you too want to hang out with these assholes. Tune in next week to find out. So,
Oh my god.
I'm just so sad now. I'm going to change my pick, guys.
Too late now.
No, I'm joking.
Are you gonna thank the patrons?
No, that's your job, ride or die, man. I'm with Carrie Fisher.
Okay.
Tack from Paris, because he's living in Paris, not Tokyo.
We thank all our patrons, but at this time we're gonna thank 6 patrons. Tack from Paris, Eckhart Rigner Glaffelder, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, Ed the Creepy Letter Carrier, who posted a picture of him when he first started at the post office. And today, have you seen that?
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't he have like an afro in the first picture?
I said, yeah, you look good in the 60s. And of course, Drake the Destroyer. Thanks for what you do, and thanks for everyone who listens to us and tells a friend and shares it and all that fun stuff. And I got to say that since Matt has taken over as producer, this show is just flowing quite along. And Nick, you had the line of the year so far.
Yay!
I don't know if you should win a podcast award. It literally almost puked.
I think I almost killed both of you. Yeah, that's true.
If you want to rate or review, you can always do that on iTunes. You can also send us an email at rcadcast@gmail.com. and tell these other assholes to fuck off.
If you send a review or a email, Matt's no longer giving drawings. He's going to give you a list of his favorite actresses of all time.
No comment.
Patrick Swayze.
I really was tempted. I was really tempted to pick Patrick Swayze. But on that note, great show, kids. That was 1 in a million. That's exactly what Carrie Fisher said.
Oh God, I think I'm gonna pass out.
Good.
I think it was Harrison Ford, actually.
Okay, but originally Carrie Fisher was going to say it. You know, yeah.
As she
was too busy.
Sat back on Yavin while
she was too busy kissing her brother.
They gave the line to a better actor.
Yeah.
I'm just going to click on this right now.
I guess Glenn Close and Meryl Streep didn't want the part of Princess Leia.
We're moving on to next week. Moving on to the next week's show. Focusing on the Jets.
Okay.
1-17.
See you guys. Have a good week.
Bye.
Help me, Russian bot. You're my only hope.
I'm gonna get a bad email from laughing. It's not my fault.